Hello, everyone. Today we'll be discussing bots, how to identify them and effectively mitigate their impact in Algolia. My name is Jay. I'm a developer support engineer at Algolia. I've been with the company for about 2 years and I'm based in San Diego, California. While my primary focus is on Algolia's third party plugins, the topic of bots has always been of great interest to me. So I'm excited to share this discussion with you today. In this session, we'll begin by exploring what bots are and how they can affect your applications. We'll also review some examples of bot activity within search and how to identify them by examining real cases, which you may have encountered before. Finally, we'll discuss strategies for addressing the bot problem to protect your search application. So, what are bots? Bots are automated software that perform repetitive tasks on their own, meaning they do not require human intervention to function. But not all bots are bad. While there are good bots that are useful and helpful for users, such as personal assistant bots, chatbots, the bad bots that are programmed to perform malicious activities, such as crawling unauthorized sites or scraping content, are common problems today. And these bots can have a negative impact on your applications. Google bots are not necessarily bad bots. But if your landing page has a search box or performs an empty search to display initial search results, they might index pages by repeatedly performing search operations on your application. And this can cause a significant search traffic. Looking back at a decade of fighting bad bots, in 2015, we saw the lowest levels of bad bot traffic, largely due to a surge in human traffic driven by new internet users. But at the same time, bot operators shifted their focus from quantity to quality, creating more sophisticated bots capable of doing more with fewer requests. However, this trend didn't last. Over the past 5 years, bot traffic has been steadily rising, jumping from 24.1% in 2019 to an all time high of 30.2% of all internet traffic by 2022. In 2023, bots made up 32% of all global internet traffic. Bots are constantly evolving, which means you need to continuously adapt to keep up with them. For example, AI powered bots are now capable of mimicking human behavior, bypassing captcha challenges, and executing more advanced attacks. These AI bots go beyond the simple automation, introducing new challenges when working with them. And how do these bad bots affect Algolia? As a publicly accessible REST API, bots can also access the Search API and perform search requests that can impact your search application. Since your sites are generally open to any users who visit your landing page and start searching for products, bots can do the same without restrictions or limits. And now let's look at some examples of how you can detect bot activity within your search applications. The first indicator would be unusual queries. Let's say we have a candy business. We would expect to see searches for terms like sour strawberry, Halloween candy, or jelly beans. But if you notice queries that are completely unrelated to your business, that's a red flag. Similar to the previous example, if you see queries that are full sentences but don't make sense in the context of your candy business, or queries that seem completely unreasonable and don't resemble human search behavior, that could also indicate a problem. Increased search operations and usage are also important indicators of bot activity. You may notice unexpected search traffic patterns that deviate from the usual pattern on your site. In this example graph, You can see that search requests over the past year show that traffic stayed low through September. However, in October, you can see over 12 million search requests. This is certainly not their normal search traffic pattern and suggests potential bot activity. Another way to detect bot activity in your search is by noticing an unusual analytics report. Specifically, you might observe a discrepancy between the total number of users and an unexpectedly large number of search requests, which could indicate an unusually high number of searches per user. Total users shows how many unique users performed search. It's the number of different user token who performed a search. One IP address counts as one user. In this example table, the month of September shows a high number of searches per user. In cases like this, after further investigation, we often identify a major outlier IP address responsible for the majority of the search requests. However, please remember that not all unexpected search behaviors are necessarily caused by bots. It's easy to confuse bot activities with other issues, so it's important to dig deeper and investigate further the root cause. For instance, if you're noticing a high no results rate, it's worth reviewing your search relevancy by looking at the queries that return no results and adjusting your search relevance settings as needed. An increase in total users and search requests might be simply due to business growth or promotion. So that's another factor to consider when looking at traffic spikes. Aside from search behaviors, if you notice any unknown settings being updated, it could be due to team members making changes. To track this, you can check the operation logs to see which API key was used and investigate further. Now we know bots are constantly evolving, so there's no single right way to fix the bot problem. However, there are ways to mitigate their impact in Algolia. First, familiarize yourself with your search record data and searchable attributes to understand your users' search behaviors. By knowing your records and relevancy settings and deepening your understanding of expected queries from your end users, you can better distinguish between human searches and bot searches. Algolia Search Analytics tracks all searches. I highly recommend regularly reviewing your user search behaviors in your analytics dashboard and looking for patterns of repetitive or frequent activities that could indicate bot activity. Additionally, you can monitor traffic patterns for any unusual search spikes using the API monitoring dashboard. In Algolia, you can use rate limiting to prevent any IP address from making too many requests in a short period of time. Applying a rate limit to your API key does not require coding. You can navigate to your application dashboard and go to the API keys page to complete this task. Generating an API key with a rate limit will set a maximum number of API calls per hour for each IP address. The limit is entirely up to you. We generally recommend starting with a higher number to avoid limiting real users, and then gradually reducing it based on usage or the presence of fake bots. Instead of generating a new API key, you can also update an existing API key with a rate limit. After applying a rate limit to your search API key, you can monitor the top rate limited IPs and see how many times each IP was rate limited over the past 30 days. When using a rate limited API key, if an IP address exceeds the call limit within an hour, Algolia will respond with a 429 too many requests HTTP status code. That said, once the rate limit window resets at the start of the next hour, the IP can make API calls again. For SEO friendly websites, We know you want your search results to be visible to search engines. However, you need to be selective about which results you expose, as adding too many can be seen as spam. To manage this, you can use a robot's text file to control which URLs search engines are allowed to crawl and which ones should be excluded. In this example of a robot's text file, the search page is blocked from being crawled. Additionally, you can find more information from support knowledge base articles on support.algolia.com. To filter out basic bots, you can use an advanced version of CAPTCHA, like Google reCAPTCHA. This tool typically asks users to confirm they are human by checking a box like, I'm not a robot. To tackle the bot problem at its source, you can use the services that provide bot protection. Cloudflare offers great bot protection and management solutions. Your web host infrastructure provider can be a great resource for advice on dealing with bot traffic on your websites. It's worth reviewing all the available resources to find the solution that best fits your application. Thank you for your time and attention today. I hope the takeaways from our discussion on bots provided you with useful insights. If you have further questions or need more information, please go to support.algolia.com. I hope you have a great rest of your day.